Hello, everyone. My name is Peter, and you guys are welcome to this session. To this session, we're going to be talking about Ansible. Like, I want to show you guys how to use Ansible step by step to deploy application in your environment. I'm assuming that we already have Ansible installed in our environment, like you getting the server, the Red Hat server, and then SSH into the server and install Ansible into it. There are commands you could run and just install Ansible into it. The process is kind of easy, and in the repo that I'm going to be showing you guys on GitHub, there's a README there that will show you step by step of how you can just install Ansible in your environment. But today, I'm assuming you already have Ansible installed, and I'm going straight to the dashboard to just configure my templates, set up my project, set up my inventories, and create the workflow, showing Ansible how you want it to create each and every template, like arrange them one after the other till the end of the creation of all templates. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's get right into it. Yeah. So this is my GitHub account, and we are working from this particular branch, Ansible Tower workflow project. So these are the playbooks that we are going to be deploying: appdb and config, app deployment config playbook, app server instance playbook, clone project repository, and RDSDB instance playbook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these five playbooks, that's what we're going to be concentrating on. So we're going to give Ansible Tower our GitHub URL. So we're going to give the Ansible Tower GitHub URL. Let me see where it is. So this is it right here. We're going to give it this. We're going to be giving it this URL, and we're going to show it the path where it is going to be pulling the playbooks from, and that was the branch. We're going to give it the branch. So that's what we're going to be doing. So if you go to this particular repo, if you go to the README, the README file over here, you will see like the step, every step of how you can use to create and set up your Ansible Tower in your environment. You click on this, it will take you to another page. From that page, it will show you all the steps, the commands that you're going to be running and everything. But so let's just concentrate now on the playbooks that we are going to be deploying. So let's go to GitHub. Let's go to Ansible Tower, sorry. So this is my Ansible Tower interface. Sorry, let me log in. I think my session just ended. Admin, login, Red Hat. So yeah, this is my Ansible Tower dashboard. This is how it looks. So first of all, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating our inventory, and our inventory here is is where you give the Ansible Tower the host, like the IPs of the web server or the resource that you want Ansible Tower to be like maybe patching for you or updating for you and all that. But in this case, we're going to be giving Ansible an elastic IP. This elastic IP, there's a playbook that is written in our configuration files that for the our application server files and playbook, that when that playbook and that web server is being created, is going to locate that particular IP in our environment with our tags and give it to the web server, and that web server. That's how Ansible Tower is going to use the elastic IP to identify that particular web server. So that web server, that elastic IP is already created in my environment, and this is the elastic IP. So that's where we're going to. This is the elastic IP that we're going to be giving to Ansible Tower to set up our inventory. So let's go back to Ansible Tower and create our inventory. So when you click on inventories, then you come to this point over here, and create a new inventory. So you click on that and create an inventory. The name will be app server host. Let's name it app server host. Then description app server, maybe say inventory. Then the organization leave it at default. Then you save. When that's saved, then it takes you to this page. You come click on host. You click on host, then you add your host. This is where we're trying to add that the IP of the Elastic IP that we want Ansible to use to identify the web application when it is and the web server when it is created and deploy applications to them. So we go to our AWS console. So this is my Elastic IP over here. This is my Elastic IP. That's my environment, and I click on it to copy it. Go back to Ansible Tower. Then you paste it here. You paste it here. You paste it here, app server. Server host, our description, app server host, and you save. So now you go down. You go down. It's supposed to be showing that is particularly saved. Not showing that it's saved. No recent job available. App server host, I added the host, so this is supposed to be green. Why is it not green? So it wasn't green because I didn't refresh the page, but I was refreshing the page and it didn't just come up. But now it is green, like it's supposed to be showing this green over here. That means you're subscribed or host to your inventory. So it shows that it's active. So what next we're going to be creating is the project. So we click on project, and the project we're going to be creating is what's the name of the project again? Let me see. So I got the name of the project. Okay, Tower Automation Workflow Project. So let's name it Tower Automation Workflow Project. So it's the same place. You come here, you click on this particular to add this, and you name your project Tower Automation Workflow Project template. And you copy the whole thing. You copy and just paste as your description. So the organization, you leave it as default. You go to this place and add Git, the SME type. You add Git, so it populates the source, like where your GitHub repository. That's what we're going to be giving it, and we're going to be giving it this part. So let's go to GitHub. Let's go to GitHub and copy our URL there, and come to Ansible Tower and give it to Ansible Tower. Paste. Then the branch. I think the branch is let's get the branch. The branch is this is the branch we're working on. Ansible Tower workflow branch. So you copy this one, this branch, and go back to Ansible Tower, and you paste it there. So just click on clean and delete on update when you're creating your project, and save this particular one project. So we have created our project. Our project now lets Ansible post all the playbook from that repository into Ansible. So when we're registering our templates, you will just see those particular repository. I mean those playbooks from our repo. We just pop up and we'll configure them each one after the other in our template. So the next thing we're going to be creating is credentials. We have to give Ansible Tower access to our environment. So let's create a credential for our AWS environment. Let's name it AWS environment credentials. Copy. You paste organization, you leave it as default. Leave it as default. Then you click credential type. The credential type now is where you choose Amazon Web Services as AWS. Then it gives you a place where you put your access key and your secret access key. So I have to go to my own environment and get my access key and secret access key. So go to IAM. If you don't have, you have to create a user, but I already have a user, so I'll just create another access key and secret access key. So I'm using this user. This user, particularly this user, has administration access. So you have to make sure that the user you're using has an administrator access. So this user has administrator access. So I'll click on the user, get my secret access key. Key. Let me deactivate this one and create another one. Sorry. So I'm going to create a new one for third-party service. Then next, confirm. Just name it Ansible. Great. So I'll pick the access key and go to Ansible Tower, give it to Ansible Tower, paste it here. You go pick the secret access key, copy, and you paste it here. So you have that for access, giving Ansible access into your environment. So we have that now, AWS environment credential. We have that. So we go now, we create our templates. So this is where we configure all the templates in our GitHub to Ansible Tower and arrange the workflow of how we want the deployments to be going. So let's do that. You click the same way, you click on this plus button over here and you just hit on job templates. So the first job template that we're going to be creating is the database. What's the name of that template? the database DB instant job templates. So database DB instant job templates, database DB instance job template. And just copy the same thing and put for direction. Leave the job type as run. Then the inventory, this is the inventory that we created. So if you just click on that magnifying glass over there, it's populates the inventory and you just choose the inventory we created. So for the project, you click on this one, it will show the project that we created. So this is a particular project. So you picking the project, because this project has the URL of our GitHub repo, it will just auto-populate all the playbooks that we want. So at this point, this playbooks region is going to show, then you click on it to show you all those playbooks that we have. So the playbooks that we are trying to set right now is the one for the database instance. So it's the right one, last one, right down here. Down here, move this thing a little bit down. Yeah, look at it right here. So you just choose that particular one. Then the credentials that we need the AWS credentials to that will give us access to create this database in our environment. So you choose the AWS environment credentials we created and you click select. So now you have the credentials. You are given the credentials to go into your AWS account and create this instance. So for verbosity, just leave verbosity for 5. And I think that's it. So we've registered our first template. We save it. We configured our first template, sorry, and we save it. Then we go to the next one. So to do the next one, if you go down, you see the template over here. So the next one, you just click on this plus sign, you click on job templates, it brings out this point again. So the next one is for the app server, the app server instance job template. So you type app server, you name it app server instance job template. I mean, it can be any name, but just naming it to relate to what it is on the repository, so we can easily just identify them. Copy, put the same thing as description. So same way you just you create it, you give it the inventory, app host, you give it the project we created, you auto-populate and you click on it. Then this one is for the apps instant job template. So we're going to find the playbook that is creating the web server, which is the app server instance playbook. So you click on it. That's one. So we give it the credentials. We give it credentials. We're going for the AWS credentials. If you click on this machine, it takes you to the credential type. It takes you here, and you click on AWS web service. Then you come here and you click on the credentials you created to show you, and you select. So, oh, okay, sorry, I did a mistake. I added another one. So verbosity, you add 4, you add 5, then you just save. So we have 3 more templates to go. So we add a new job template. Then you name this one. This one is for the clone repo, the clone project repository template. Clone project repository template. So you just copy. It's the same thing for description, and add your credentials. This time we need your inventory. Sorry, this is the inventory. So for your project, you choose the project you created. Then for the playbook, you choose the playbook for the clone repository playbook. Look at it right here. These are all the playbooks that we had in our in our GitHub repository. So it's just auto-populating. Then for credentials, so this one we need the machine credentials. We need the machine credentials because we need credentials that will give us access into the machine. So we're doing for cloning repository. So we need access into the machine itself. So it's the machine credentials will be given for this. So app machine credentials, and you select that. Then you add the verbosity. Verbosity is 5, and you save. You save. Then the next one we're going to be creating, just come down here and click on the plus button, add job templates. Next one will be the fourth one. That's the application deployment template. Application deployment template. So you copy. No. Sorry, I made a mistake. Application. Templates. So let's copy the whole thing and paste as description too. Then the job, always leave it as run. Job type, always leave it as run. Then inventory. Inventory, you choose the inventory of the app server host. That will the initial one we created. Then the project, also the project you created, you select that one, and it brings out the playbook. So now the playbook is for the app deployments. Look at it right here. You click on it. Then for deployment of the app, we need the machine credentials. So normally it's always on the machine credentials. So you pick the machine credentials and you select. So you go down, give verbosity 5, and you save. So we go for the next one. So we're getting the last one. This is the last one. We're getting 4 already. The job template. This one is for the DB instance config. I think this one is for the DB instance config. The configuration, configure application database integration. Yeah. Configure application. Integration templates, integration. Templates. Copy the whole thing. That description, job type run, inventory, app server host. Click on that, then project. Select the project you created. Then credentials is just the last one, which is app data. This config playbook. So these two listing is the machine credentials that we'll be using for this particular one too. So you select the app machine credentials and verbosity, just 5, and you save. So go down and you make sure that your templates are complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have all the 5 templates. And the next thing we're going to be doing now is to create the workflow. We're going to show the Ansible the workflow that is going to be using to create all this deployment. So you still click on this same icon over here, just at this side, and you click this time, not job template, you click on the workflow templates. So you create your workflow template, what we're going to name it. project workflow, complete project confirmation workflow, complete project confirmation workflow. Just copy that and add it to description, organization, default, as usual, workflow. So now you save, and it will take you to where you just start creating the workflow. So this is where you start creating your workflow. You start by hitting this button. It gives you the stats option. So this populates out here. So here you choose, you synchronize project sync. So you synchronize your project here. So it asks you what project, which is the Tower or automation workflow project we created. You click on it, then you scroll down and select. So you have created the one, you have chosen your project. From now. If you want to be adding the templates and how they are going to be created, you just come up here on the project and just click on this green plus icon that you're adding. You're adding to the workflow. So now you come and find the templates that you want to create first, which is the template we are going to be creating first is the database DB instant template, which is this. So let's click on it, and you go down, you select that particular template. So you go again and you come up here and you add another one. So you're adding the next one. The next one that we're going to be doing is the app server template, the app server instant template, which is this. You click on it and you go down and you select. So it's saving all your templates and the way it's going to be creating them one after the other, excuse me. So now, whenever we create an instance, the instance takes time to initiate, it takes some time for it to boot, to get ready for us to access it. So we have to put a manual approval over here so that the instance will be fully created before we get to the next stage, because the next creation is for the clone repository creation. So it needs this web server to be fully running for it to, before that creation will start happening, that deployment start happening. So let's add a manual approval stage. So we come to the same place. Instead of templates, come down here and choose an approval. Then name it manual approval. Copy the same thing and put for your description. The time that it will last, you can put maybe 10 minutes, 30 minutes, but yeah, I'll just put 20 minutes. And then you save it. So you have gotten manual to approve. If it gets to this stage, we have to come and manually approve it to the next stage. So we add the next template. The next template is the clone repository template, which is this one, clone repository project template. So you go down and you select. So you add that template and you add the next one. The next one is the app deployment template, the app deployment job template, application deployment job template. So you add that too. You scroll down and you save it. Now we add the last one, which is the database config template. Database configure application database integration template here. So you select that one. So now we have created all our workflow. This is how it looks. So from this project, you get the DB instance created, app server instance created, you get your manual approval, then the clone repository, the app deployment, and the configuration application database instance created. So this is the workflow. We've gotten our workflow, we've created our workflow, we save it. So you save your workflow. So now, if you go down, you see your complete project workflow, you see all the templates that you have configured into it. So this is how everything looks. From this place we're going to be launching the deployment. So when you have this, you've created your workflow, you can just come down here and click on launch. So it comes here, this is the graphical show of how your templates are being created. Let me expand it. So now it's trying to create the database instant job templates. That is what it is creating right now. And it takes like a couple of time for that to create. So we're going to be here and just watch how this is going to be creating and all that. But let me take you guys to my AWS environment and take you guys to database RDS, and you actually see it has started provisioning the database in the environment, in my environment. You see it showing creating database because that's what it's doing right now. So when you come to RDS, you go to databases. So look at it, it's a WordPress database. Look at it creating, it's showing creating. So our database right now is being created by Ansible because that's the template that it is working on right now. So if you go back to Ansible Tower, you see it is still here. You see this green sign here, it means, this green sign shows that it has finished working on this particular template. So it's on the next template. So as it is right here, it is kind of like blinking. See the ash sign is blinking. If it's green like this other one, that means it is done creating. So right now it's just blinking and blinking, it's creating. So when it creates that, it goes to the next one, which is the app server instant template. So let's just give it some time, it will create and create the next one. Let's just give it some time. So the database instance is fully created, database has been created. Then the app server instance too has been created. So if we go to our environment, so we're going to see them, the web. Let's go to EC2. Let's go to EC2. You're going to see it in your environment, the web server. You're going to see it. So look at the web server that Ansible has created for us. This is the public IP. This is the public IP, and the IP of the Elastic IP that we gave to it. That's what is right here showing. So now we are going to go to the next level of deployment. Let's go back to Ansible Tower. So now is where we do the manual approval. So to do the manual approval, you'll be sent a notification, and look at the notification here. So you click on the notification and you approve, you just click on approve so that the next stage of deployment will start. So you just click on approve, then you start deploying the clone repository template. So that's what is deploying right now. So we give it some time. So that one is done, that it is green. So the application deployment template is what is going right now. So it deploys this one and it deploys the last one. So when that is done, we'll now we'll go to our AWS console. We get the public IP of the web application and we'll put it in our browser. We hit enter. it will take us to a page that will take us to our WordPress login page. But right now we don't have the endpoint of the database that just been created. It has just been created. So we have to go and take the database endpoint and give it to the WordPress configuration files. You configure it into that file. So the WordPress will know that, okay, this is the database that I'm going to be working with. So if it doesn't have a database, it won't open. So we're going to do that. We're going to veer into the file and configure the endpoint of our database that has been created into it. We save it, then we'll launch it again. You see the page will come up. So our deployment is still going on for the application deployment job template. Let's just give it a little bit of time again. It will deploy the whole thing. So the whole thing has been deployed successfully. This one is now green already, and this one is now green. So it shows that everything has been deployed from the first template, the very last one. So now that we have that, we need to go and try to access our application. So let's go and copy the public IP. This is the web application that we just created. We copy the web application, we copy the public IP and go to the browser. Let's go to the browser and just try to access it and see what it shows us. So it's showing that error establishing a database connection. So the database has not been configured into the WordPress application configuration file. So we need to configure the database endpoint to it so he knows which database it is working with. So that way, before it will want to open this particular page. So let's go to RDS and get our database endpoint. Then we will log into our instance. We connect into our instance and via into that file, the WordPress file. So this is our database, and we're trying to get the endpoint. So this is the endpoint of the database. So this endpoint, let's come here and save the endpoint. Let's save our endpoints right here. Right here. Let's save our endpoint right here. Then we go to the instance itself. Let's go to the instance. If I connect to the instance, yeah, this is our server right here, the web app. You click on it, then you try connect to it. Just connect. You can just connect straight to it, and taking a little bit of time. So is Ubuntu. Is Ubuntu. Let's clear and try to veer into that particular configuration file. So this is This is the command to peer into that instance. So you peer into those files, copy it, uh, be paste it here, and it's enter. It takes us into the files. So now we go on insert mode and try to edit it. So you just come up like this and edit this database host name, this particular one here. Edit it. So we will copy. We'll copy our database endpoint. So let's copy our database endpoint and come replace that particular line. This is the database endpoint. Then we'll go back into the instance. Work into the instance. We delete. Whole thing. No. Back, sorry. Delete this whole thing and you paste what you copied. You paste what you copied. Have to leave insert mode. So I can leave this place, okay? Then you go WQ to save what you just paste in there. So save, press enter, and you save what you just paste in there. So now you can go copy the public IP of that instance, and you guys will see that now we are going to connect. Let's go to EC2. Copy the public IP of the web application that we provisioned into our environment. Okay, here it is. Click on it. Okay, this is the public IP. Copy your public IP. Go to browse. Paste it on your browser. Hit enter. So you see, it takes you to the WordPress login page. So you hit continue. You've deployed your application from beginning to end. So you just fill these necessary details. Maybe you put it Ansible, let's say Ansible as sites title. Let's put Ansible application deployment. Username Peter. So my password password that I use. Okay. This week, but I don't know. Confirm. Use the weak password. I don't know. I just want to pass this place. Let me put my email. Email I'm going to use. Let me put my email. Your email. So you install WordPress. So to log in, You just come here, you click login, you put your username, which is Peter, and you put that the password you use. You log in right now. So this is the dashboard of the WordPress page. So we've done our deployments from beginning to end. If you follow everything that I've done step by step, you're going to know how to use the Ansible Tower and deploy an application. So it is straightforward. It is easy. If you practice it, you're going to get it right. So yeah, is how it is done. It's the same thing with how you can use CI/CD Jenkins to deploy an application, but they just do it in different ways. So it's the same application we're deploying here, and that's how. So if you know how to do this, you can actually deploy application the way Jenkins and other services used to deploy application. You can easily get to understand it and use them too. If you know how to use this, you can easily get to understand those ones and know how to use it and deploy applications. So it's nice having you guys. You guys can go through this interview. I mean, this video, if you do what I just showed, you're going to then know how to deploy application with Ansible Tower. Thank you very much.